We'll begin this 30-minute full mat Pilates workout with a quick warm-up. So go ahead and grab a mat and you'll be all set. Feet hip width apart, full inhale up and longer exhale down. Each time filling those lungs, completely emptying them. One more deep breath here. Exhale down. Now this time as you reach up, we'll hold. Interlace those fingers, reach up and over to your left. Deep belly breathing. Inhale, center and over to your right. Back to the center again and arms down. Halfway and circle. Let's do about 10 circles to the front and then 10 circles going to the back after that. Warming up the shoulders, relaxing the traps. Core is always engaged. All right, rounding forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Stretch the chest. Exhale, round. Stretch the back. One more. Inhale and exhale, round. And arms back out to the side. Interlace behind you if you can. Again, further stretch for the chest and shoulders. Soften those knees and fold upside down. If this is too much for those shoulders, just unlace those fingers and drop the hands down towards the mat like this. Abs pull in one vertebrae at a time. Round those shoulders back a few times at the top. Nice job. Next, standing tall, fingertips behind your ears. We're gonna pinch the left waist. And as you do that, you'll rotate to the side, pinch the right, and you'll go to the right. So the goal here is to keep the hips or pelvis very stable, rotating from the belly button up. You should feel the waist working. Exhale, contract those abdominals, using the breath with each movement. Last time, and back to the center. Good. All right, go ahead and take a wide stance here, warming up those hips just a little bit, bending that left leg, lengthening the spine, and turn to the side. Press that back heel down and up a couple times, warm up the ankle, and then we'll reach it up, tuck the tailbone under, and drop it down. Nice hip flexor stretch here. Glute is tight, supporting, and back to the center. Fold, hang upside down, and round it up. Shoulders back at the top, other side. Holding here for just a moment, and turn back heel down and up. Warm up the calf, the ankle. And when you're ready, hold it up, tuck the tailbone, and sink into it. Find that hip flexor stretch right in front of the hip there. And again, fold forward, grab around those ankles, stretch, and round it all the way to the top. Round the shoulders back, and we will get ready to head down to the mat. Go ahead, have a seat here with your legs straight out, and we'll go into full roll up with a C stretch. So one vertebrae at a time, rounding down, and exhale, rounding up and into your C stretch. Press into those abs, rounding down. Inhale, exhale, emptying those lungs, full stretch at the top. Really think of tucking the tailbone under as you round down. At the top, really pull the abs in tight. So think of not only strengthening the core muscles here, but stretching all the muscles along the vertebrae as well. Shoulders away from your ears. Only about 7 or 8 total roll-ups here. As always, feel free to go at your own pace. And round it all the way down. Shoulders down as you raise those arms. Ribs tucked in as well. Now this time, think about stacking the vertebrae, sitting very tall, sit and twist. Exhale, push that left arm, inhale, center, and exhale, right. Inhale, center. Utilize the breathing. So every single time you exhale, think about pulling those abs in. So it's the abdominals that push the air out of the lungs and the diaphragm, contracting those abdominals, making the exercise even more effective. Also, very important to keep the spine super tall here. So bend the knees if you need to. All right, great, reach it up. And let's go ahead and round all the way down. Once you get there, you can go ahead and bend your knees, shoulders relaxed. Keeping the head and shoulders back, let's tuck the knees in, maybe rock side to side, ease any tension in the lower back there. Keep yourself feeling good. One leg in, one leg out. Extend, exhale, exhale. Each time you extend a leg, think about not only working the core muscles, we're always working those core muscles, but also toning the leg, reaching that leg away, full extension. Go higher if you want to, go lower if you want to. Find that place that is challenging. Nice, take a deep breath here, rest. Now curling up nice and tight, both legs up and single leg pull. Exhale, exhale. Your goal here is to keep your legs very straight, both of them. So only pull that top leg towards you as much as you can keep the legs straight. Stretching the hamstrings, working the core, upper body super stable. Now on this last one here on the right side or left, wherever you are, go ahead and hold that stretch, lengthening. And switch sides. Shoulders pressing, good stretch there. Another deep breath. And go ahead and hug those knees in, rest your head back. All right, next, keeping the head and shoulders back, tabletop with the legs. So arms down, shoot those legs out, trying to form a 90-degree angle and just hold here. Focus on your breathing, shoulders are back, neck is relaxed. Every time you exhale, ribs come in, and then exhale, drop a heel and up, other side and up. Exhale back and up, down and up. So your goal here, exhale each time you take a heel away from you, and you want the abs, your core muscles as stable as possible. And imagine that you have a glass of water on your stomach. And as you go through this exercise, not allowing those abdominals to pooch up. Keep going, a few more if you can. Letting those abdominals do all the work and keeping that 90-degree angle with the leg. Let the legs move separately from your upper body. Good, keep going if you can. Rest if you need to. Nice job. All right, and hug those knees back in, rock side to side. Another deep breath. And then both legs shooting up, laying out one side of your body here. So same arm and same leg. Exhale down, hold, inhale up. Exhale right side, lay it out, lengthening, and inhale up. Now here's a modification. Start with bent knees and just straighten that leg out as much as you can. So we're starting with a little bit of that coordination work here. Lengthening the left arm and left leg. Inhale up, lengthening through the right side. Exhale, inhale up. Maintain that long exhale as you hold, pressing the abs down. Inhale up and other side. Inhale up, shoulders down, neck is relaxed. You can take that leg down as low as you want to. Keep the form. Nice, couple more here. Inhale up, exhale, press those abs and up. And again, pulling those knees in. Great job. All right, from here, we're gonna curl the head and shoulders up off the ground. Inhale, double leg pull, exhale. Inhale up, exhale down. Modification for this one, we're gonna keep the head and shoulders back, keep the arms and legs out at an angle, just circling around together. Otherwise, just pop those head and shoulders up off the ground, inhale and up. Notice how I keep my arms only by my ears. My shoulder blades don't come any closer to the mat there. Inhale, circle around. Inhale, circle around, just about 12 reps total. And last time, great. Okay, let's do a little spine stretch here. Relax back, drop the knees to one side. Full inhale, longer exhales always with that breathing. And use the abs to carry the knees to the other side, same thing. Nice deep breathing. And when you're ready, abs engage. We'll bring the knees back to the center, grabbing behind the thighs, rock and roll up. If you need to move forward on your mat, hold and balance. Pressing into those abs, shoulders are relaxed. You are either gonna stay here and balance or go to rolling like a ball. Now let me show you modification first. You're seated, you exhale round, inhale up. So if rolling is just not your thing, not good for your spine, then just do this much. You can grab behind the thighs or keep the arms up like this, pressing into the abs. You're stretching the spine as well. Okay, so if you'd like to, go ahead and move back forward again, and we'll go into rolling like a ball. Pressing here, exhale, takes you back, inhale up, or grab behind the legs, exhale back, inhale up. So we're allowing the exhale, the caving in of those abdominals or spine to round you back. So there's no momentum, it's all muscle, it's the exhale taking you back. Either way, find what works best for you if you're doing this version, hands out like this or behind your thighs. So this should feel good on your back. If it doesn't, you can also try using 2 mats instead of 1. All right, awesome. Go ahead and scoot back to the center, wrap around those thighs. Nice stretch for the lower back. A little further stretch, leaning back, and just drop the knees. Keep them bent, drop them side to side, easing any tension in the back and hips, hip flexors. Again, this should feel good to you. All right, heading back to our elbows. shooting those legs out and back in. Inhale in, exhale out. So the key with this exercise is to completely stabilize your upper body. Everything, all the movement is coming from the lower body only. Abs are stable, chest is stable. And just 2 more here. And on that second one, hold it and circle. 10 circles each direction. Again, upper body is perfectly still. Lower body only is moving. You can do this with bent leg as well. 10 circles, holding nice and high. Excellent. This is not an easy one. Go ahead and reverse for 10. Lengthening 9. Hang in there. 8. Circle 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And last time, hold it, reach, and all the way up. Great. Nice stretch for the back here. I'm sure you need it. Lengthening forward as best as you can. Don't worry about where you go, just so you feel the stretch, both in the legs and that lower back. Rounding up when you're ready. Quick stretch for those hip flexors. Just come onto one side, lifting out of that shoulder, press the hip bone forward to get nice and high on the hip flexors, squeeze the glute, keeping the knee in line with your hip. And then we'll break dance over to the other side. Same thing, press the hip forward nice and long through that thigh, knee and hip in line, glute tight. When you're finished with this stretch, go ahead and flip onto your stomach, up onto those forearms for a second, lift that chest up. And when you're ready, into modified plank, engage the abs, then knees up off the ground and hold. 2 options, stay here or alternating knee drops. So now I want you to imagine that that water bottle is balanced on your lower back and you don't want to spill it. So really working on stabilizing your upper body. You're simply relaxing the quad muscle, which bends your knee, pulls the heel forward, alternating. Keep the hips and shoulders stable. A few more if you can. Keep it strong. Maybe 20 reps total. And rest it down. Great. Lifting the chest up and the chin, nice long neck as you stretch. And then we'll go ahead and make sure that you're right in the center of your mat. We'll extend those arms and legs all the way out, shoulders away from the ears, abs pull in away from your mat, and alternating. Right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. Lift. Inhale down, exhale up. So same thing here. You want the shoulders stable, the hip bones stable. Make sure that those hip bones are pressing into the mat evenly. As you lift a leg, ensure that the hip does not also come off the mat. Lengthening as you're lifting, but stabilizing with the core, shoulder away from your ear, and eyes down. Great. Elevate, hold both arms, both legs up, and just breathe. You should feel that belly expand into the mat. Exhale, pulling the abs away from the mat. And exhale, melt. Let's fold those hands in, just rest here for a moment. Completely resting the upper body. Let's go just the lower body. When you're ready, elevate, lifting those legs up off the ground. Very good, and crisscross, over, under, over, under. Very straight knees, so don't worry about how high you lift the legs here. I think the lower the better, just making sure the abs are pulled up. Don't let your abs push into the mat, pull them away. Glutes are tight, inner thighs working, hamstrings, quads, everything. Tight, long legs. Couple more, over, under, lengthening and relax. Great, nice deep belly breathing. All right, next, focusing more so on the upper body now. We're gonna keep the legs down, arms out like a T, and then exhale, lift and lower with those arms. So here we go, we lift 10 and down. Notice how I lift the arms only. I'm working to keep the body very stable. Eyes are down, belly is pulling in every time I lift the arms. Just about 10 reps total here, that is it. And then we'll go ahead and rest down. All right, next we'll go to fast swimming. Extend those arms and legs out in front of you, shoulders pressing, and little flutter kicks. 20 seconds total, nice steady breathing. Even though we're kicking fast, let your breathing be a nice steady pace. Full inhales, longer exhale, and every time you exhale, pulling those abs away from the mat. Another moment or two here if you can. Lengthening, kicking fast, and lower down. All right, we're gonna keep the forehead rested for this next one. When you're ready, scoot those heels in. We'll tap 3 times, Exhale, and then inhale, reach out with those toes. Tap, 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 and reach. Tap, 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 and reach. Just about 10 repetitions. Exhale, tap, tap, tap. Inhale, stretch and reach. Just a few more, 4 or 5 more. Tap, 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 reach. Tap, 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 reach. Nice and tight. Keep the feet low. Very good. And lower down, hands beside the chest. Go ahead and press yourself up to the tabletop position. Let's go ahead and stretch the lower back into our cat and cow stretch. Press into those abs round. Inhale, lengthen even into a slight arch if you'd like. Exhale, round, tuck the chin. And inhale, lengthen up. One more time. Exhale, round, stretch the back. And inhale up. All right, next, moving into a full plank position. Starting here, push the floor away, strong core, one leg at a time, go into your full plank position. Alternating leg lifts here, alternate 16 to 20 repetitions, up, resist. Shoulders, hips, as stable as possible. So right before you go to lift that leg, make sure that you're exhaling and drawing those abs in very, very tight. That's what's gonna keep the hips and the back very still and strong. Exhale up, resist down each time. Notice how I'm kicking a little bit quicker up and resisting down like I'm pulling through mud. Excellent. Exhale up, inhale down. Nice, great. You can come down to child's pose or up here in a downward dog stretch, whatever you're feeling like you need at this moment. Listen and be in tune with your body. You're in that downward dog, go ahead into your child's pose, resting here, relax the back and the hip flexors. All the weight is off of the wrists. All right, when you're ready, we'll head back to the tabletop, preparing to go back into our plank. This time, one leg at a time. We're pointing the toe, kick up, resist. 10 times each leg. Really tight through those abdominals. 0 movement through the lower back. Lift, resist, just 10 reps. Nice and strong. Go ahead and switch. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Exhale. 3, 2. Last time. Great. Go ahead and rest again, sitting back into the child's pose. Nice deep breath. Maybe walk the arms to the side and then over to the other side, stretching along the lats and shoulders. Great. When you're ready, back up. Go ahead and walk back onto your knees. We're going to go to our side into a modified plank position on one arm. We'll pull the knees back, lifting out of the shoulder, lifting up. Top leg is out. Top arm is up. And we're going to use those obliques, lift and reach. Pulling the knee and the elbow towards one another, strong. Let's go for about 10 repetitions. If you want to go faster, you can do more. If you want to go slower, you'll do less, but you can work just as hard. It's not about the reps. Nice and strong. Belly to spine. Work that oblique, the hip, the whole body is working here. Nice job. Keep it going and reach and lowering down. Great. Let's go ahead and press up. Lift up and over, stretching towards your legs. Nice deep breath. And then we'll go ahead and flip over to the other side, keeping things nice and even. So again, on that forearm, lengthen the spine, pulling the knees back in line with your hip, lifting up, reach the leg and arm, and when you're ready, exhale, reach, exhale, reach, 3, reach, 4, belly in, working that oblique, try to keep that lower hip high off the ground, inhale, exhale, think about your form, think about your breathing, keeping the hips and shoulders as aligned as possible, inhale, exhale. Good, few more if you can, rest if you need to, and stretch. Great, press all the way up, stretching towards the legs, deep breath, lift up and out of those hips, and down. Great, okay, go ahead and support yourself onto your back again. This time we're gonna go into a bridge position, so sliding those heels nice and close towards the hips, tailbone tucks under, rounding those hips up high in your bridge. 0 pressure in your lower back. We're gonna lift those heels and then lift the toes back and forth. So thinking about the entire body here, your shoulders are relaxed, your neck is relaxed, abs pulling in, sort of tucking the tailbone under. Glutes are super tight the whole time. Controlling the heels up, controlling those toes up, back and forth. Lots of control. Also being aware of those hips, that they're level. Squeeze those glutes. Abs are working, lower back is working. A few more, back and forth. Zero pressure on the neck. Excellent. And round it down slowly. When you're ready, extend those legs up as straight as you can. Double leg raise. Moving from one exercise to the next. Feel free to take a break if you need it. Exhale down, flex the feet, point, lifting up. Exhale down, use that breathing. As you exhale, you're pressing those abs down, which then again is stabilizing your lower back. Exhale down, inhale up. Lengthening those legs, reaching them as far as you can away from you. A few more if you can. Exhale away. Last time, all the way up. And let's hug those knees in. Great resting place here. Little stretch for those hamstrings. I like to keep both knees pulled in with this stretch. If you want to circle that ankle around, go for it. If this is too much, you can use a towel. Go ahead and switch sides when you're ready. A towel around your foot. That way you don't have to pull the leg in so close. But your goal is to feel a hamstring stretch safely, whatever that takes. All right, knees back in. This time, reverse crunch. So here is the modification for rollover. Feel free to stick with this for now or forever. Just pressing those abs in, drawing those knees in towards your face. If you are up for it, feel free to go all the way over like this into your full rollover, and then one vertebrae at a time, rounding down to the starting position. Either way, do what's best for you and your spine and your body, resisting down. Exhale, empty those lungs. Try to keep the head and shoulders very heavy on the ground, resisting the hips down. And lots of control. Great exercise. Another great stretch for the back. Plenty of work for those abdominals. Visualize one vertebrae peeling up at a time, and then one vertebrae at a time imprinting as you lower down. Couple more if you can. Controlling one vertebrae down. One more good one, curling over, all the pressure's off your neck, resisting down, shooting those legs out into our scissors. Open, cross, open, cross. Let's do about 10 here. Nice long legs, keep that angle high, and then go lower if you want to. Open, cross, open, cross. Head and shoulders can be up or back to the ground, and pull it back in, rest. Let's go ahead and drop those knees to the side again. Rest completely. You can also do a further stretch for the shoulder. Go ahead and circle the arm around a couple times in both directions. Use the abs to drop the knees over to the other side. That way your back won't work. And then go ahead and circle around again. Stretch and open the chest and shoulders. Great. When you are ready, go ahead and rock and roll all the way up to the top. And we will prepare for the side series for today. So go ahead and lay on one side. You're gonna align your shoulder and hip with the back of your mat, and then angle your legs forward to the front corner. Top leg reaching long, engage those abs, and we lift 20 reps up and down. Lengthening as you are lifting. In Pilates, you are working your abdominals every moment. Every movement starts from the core. So think, right before you lift the leg, you're drawing those abs in a little bit tighter. I like to keep the hand on the hip just to help me be aware that my hip is stable and also that those obliques are nice and tight. All right, getting ready for our next exercise here. You're gonna engage the glute, take the leg back and lift up and down. I'll show you another view. So I'm squeezing that glute, trying to get that leg or that heel behind my hip line. A little bit of a stretch for the hip flexors as well. And when the leg is behind us, we're working a different part of the glute rather than just the outer hip there. Remember to keep those abs pulled in so tight with every rep. Just a few more, about 3 or 4 more, lengthening. Then we're gonna go into side kick 1, kicking front and kicking back. So as you go through this motion, we're just gonna do 10 reps. Try to keep that body really still like it's in cement. Let the leg move separate, freely in that hip flexor. Lengthening, freely in the hip socket, lengthening. Each time, squeeze the glute behind you. Last time. Great. Okay, go ahead and line the whole body. We're going to take the top knee, toe to the knee, rotate out and down, out and down. Let's do about 10 to 15 reps here, working yet another part of the glute. My abs are still working. For this one, for balance, I definitely use my fingers sort of as a tripod to help keep my balance. All focusing on the abdominals and outer glute. Lengthening, full rotation, whatever your range is. Great. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the inner thigh. So spine is nice and straight, lengthening that lower leg up and down. Inner thigh work, keeping the knee nice and straight. Check that lower waist. Make sure that it's not sunk into the mat. Lengthening as you're lifting, inner thigh nice and tight. Abs are still engaged here. Lengthening here, let's do 20 of these. A few more, and then we're gonna hold, extend, little pulses. So you're up at that highest point of tension for you. Nothing is moving except that lower leg. Nice and tight, whole time working. Zero rest during this portion. Little circles, 10 circles in each direction. Keeping that tension point nice and high, and then reverse. A few more here. Last time, and down. Good. All right, go ahead and press yourself up. Let's stretch that hip. You can cross the leg in front of you or on the other side of the knee, sitting very tall, and then rotate your body towards that leg. Deep belly breathing. Right away, you should feel that hip stretch. It should be a good stretch, zero pain. One more deep breath here. And then you know we gotta get that other side. So when you're ready, position yourself again, lengthening that upper body along the back side of the mat. Angle the legs forward to the front corner. Top leg ready, lift up and down. 20 reps, hip is stable, oblique is strong. Don't let that waist sink in every time you lift. Leading with the outer thigh, lengthening that top leg longer than the lower leg. Exhale up, abs are working as that hip is working as well. A few more, and then we're gonna take it towards the back. Lengthening here, squeeze the glute and lift. Lift, whatever your range is. Do not force your range of motion, protect your joints. Another angle here for you. Squeeze that glute, trying to bring that leg behind the hip line. Lengthening, stretching as you are strengthening with every exercise. Couple more again. And next, we'll go ahead and kick front and back. Just 10 here. So the tighter you squeeze those abdominals, the more free that leg can move. Lengthening, freedom in the hip socket, strong. Squeeze the glute behind you. Use those abs to really propel the leg forward more than the hip flexor. Great. Okay, align those legs. Top leg comes in, toe to knee, and rotate out and in. 10 to 15 reps. My abs are tight. My fingers are there for support on the mat, but relying on the abdominals and the glute to do all the work for you. A few more here. Push through. As you rotate that knee open, also work to keep the hips from moving. Use the abs. Last time. Great. Okay, inner thigh work. Position that spine nice and straight. Make sure the waist is lifted, then lock it in place with your abdominals. Lower leg lifts up, foot is flexed. 20 reps. Inner thigh, tight. Abs are working, inner thigh is working. That's it. About 10 more or so. Lengthening that leg as you are lifting. Keep that tension point. And point and pulse. Another 20 repetitions here. 10 more, and then we're gonna go right into those circles. About 5 more. High tension point circle, 10 in each direction. Everything else perfectly still. Use all your stability muscles. Change directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it, and lower down. Nice job. All right, fold those knees in, press all the way up. Let's do that nice hip stretch again. Place that foot wherever works for you. Sitting tall first before you twist, and deep belly breathing. Feel that hip stretch. Lengthen that muscle back out again. Hold this as long as you need to, and then when you are ready, we'll go ahead and for our last exercise, we're going to go to our hands and knees one more time, finding our balance, extending the right arm and left leg straight out. Then use the abdominals to tuck everything in and stretch. Exhale, tight, and inhale, about 10 repetitions. You're in charge of how hard those abdominals work in this last set or two. Really lengthening each time. Alignment, shoulders, hips, stretch through the spine. And after this last one here, you're gonna hold. So give me one more, lengthen, shoulder pressing, lengthen even more as you lift a little bit higher, separation through the vertebrae. And then lower down. Okay, final set in this workout. Lengthen left arm, right leg, and tuck and reach. Exhale, tight. Inhale, think of squeezing those abdominals as tight as you can each time. The response is that arm and leg come in and lengthen. So think about your abdominals and then the back line. Abdominals and then back line. Give me 3 more repetitions here. Excellent work. And lengthen, lift a little bit higher, and drop it down. Great, tuck those toes under, come into a little squat. When you're ready, lift the hips, and let's just hang upside down here. Totally decompress the spine. Feel that space open back up between every vertebrae, all the way through the neck, breathing. You can hang here for another moment or two. And then whenever you are ready, you're gonna use your abdominals first. Pull them in, stack the vertebrae one on top of the other, shoulders roll back a couple times here. And we'll take our feet back to hip width apart, full inhale up, longer exhale down, and you are finished. Thanks so much for joining me again. See you next time.